is what you missed.
You are also a businesswoman, and you have some entrepreneurial endeavors. So I want to talk about that. How do you find time to even do that? But I know you launched the online toy venture.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you
Let's
very
learn.
much. Let's learn toys.
Yeah, let's learn toys. So what inspired that? Because that's something that I wouldn't have put you in to do.
Well, education. Like, I'm passionate about education, and it's also just wanting to give your kids, like, I think everyone is like that. We want to give our kids the best we can and the things we never had. And for me, it was that. It was also realizing that, good education or certain things will go to people who can afford. So in a way, I try to find a solution. How do I democratize education so that each and every kid has access to the best tools that will make them better at whatever. So the business is, with my partner Mampo Brescia. So my bestie, my person. We focus on gross motor skill, fine motor skill, like, early development of children.
Yeah.
And all the way to kids that are in high school, where we have learning resources, things that they can, use for their projects, and supply schools with all the tools that they need. But it's also, when you spend time with your kids, you want to give them the quality of time. You want to give them the best of everything. And because I'm always trying to learn from whatever that I'm faced with. And that also comes as being an actor, because no experience is a waste. Every experience is sort of like you'll never know when you'll play you or play him or play her. So, for me, I'm always learning from every experience. And but with kids, you want to make sure that you can give them something that will stretch their imagination and their brain and their development.
Other actors other than South Africans tell the South African story. It goes to the dialect that's used, and then they don't sound South African. Why didn't we just get a South African to play that role? What is your take on that?
You know what? That's it's honestly one of those discussions that we always need to have. It's important for us to have, so that we have a better understanding. Like, for example, Madiba, starring Lawrence Fishburne, Orlando Jones, and David Harewood, is a US production. So the money is from the US. And yes, they have local partners, but it's a US production. So when you have a US production, but you're shooting, yes, it's a South African story, and it is shot in South Africa, but it is intended for American audience, and they come with their money, and they come with their actors that they feel like, okay, these actors can get the money back for us. So it's not as easy as would like it to be, but there is a solution, and so that we can stop having those debates and discussions. How do we fix that? It's making sure that myself as a producer and other producers are the ones that are putting money on these productions, and we're making these stories ourselves, and then we put the people that we want. But the minute you wait for someone else to bring their money, then that money might come with terms and conditions. And in the film industry, those terms mainly are you putting a face that people will recognize? And that doesn't mean that the show or the movie will be successful. It means then there's a bit of security from the person that is bringing the money, to say, at least I knew that if I put a face of this person, then people will respond to that face. And we've had so many successes, like Tsotsi, for example. Crazy and I and most of the actors that were there were unknown actors, and it still did well. So it's got nothing to do with but it was a local production, Tsotsi. And then Madiba is an international production. Long Walk to Freedom as well, they had, international partners. So sometimes you just want to reach a wider audience. And it's a debate that, is happening all over the world, where people feel like, things are being taken away from them. In the US as well, I'm sure you guys know the statement that Samuel L. Jackson made. And I think it's frustrating for people to see themselves through other people and feel like I could have done it better myself. It is frustrating, but then do it. You know what I mean? Then let's do it. Then let's not stop, and let's tell whatever stories. And for me, because I've also worked abroad, I'm very, I need to be very careful and very sensitive to that debate.
Yes.
I played women from Botswana and United Kingdom. I'm not from there, so I was a foreigner playing a character, and I might be Tswana, a South African Tswana, but like
It's a different dynamic.
it's a different dynamic. And also it's like, okay, how are the actors in Botswana feeling? Are people okay with that? And as long as we understand that certain stories are bigger than our borders, and we we just need to find a way to also cross the borders and tell stories that we're interested in.